The best thing about Code Ninjas is we teach kids how to code through building video games. Children have a natural affinity for video games, so we're not manufacturing an interest. We're just providing a place where they can interact with children with similar interests, and they learn how to think programmatically. They're going to walk into our dojo, which is our game development room, see friendly faces. They're going to sit down, log on a computer, and then start building in whatever belt that they're on.
It's simple, just drive to a place and then now you just know how to code.
Technology is only growing and expanding. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, anything in those fields, we know that there's always going to be a job that supports it.
When my wife and I found Code Ninjas, we instantly thought that is a perfect stepping stone to be able to give him these tools that he'll be able to use in his life.
I think it's important for children to learn how to code, because beyond learning how to code, they're learning how to think.
To me, I think it's kind of like the building blocks of structured problem solving.
That will take them anywhere they want to go. Our game-based curriculum is phenomenal, and it's unique because it's a 9-belt curriculum. Similar to martial arts, they start at a beginner level or a white belt, and then they're going to transition through building games. Each of those games teaches them concepts.
He looks forward to coming in, going through the steps, and knowing that he's going to achieve the next level.
They're going to learn a series of different languages, JavaScript, Lua, C#, and they're going to advance to black belt, where they're going to produce their own app. And while our program is self-paced, it's not self-taught. So all along the way, they have senseis to help them. One of the things that parents love most about Code Ninjas is the flexibility that it offers families.
My favorite part is I get an hour or two to myself.
So families can come in any 2 days that fit their schedule. It doesn't always have to be the same 2 days of the week. It doesn't always have to be the same time. So it can fit into a family's schedule at their leisure. We have a lot of other programs. We have Parents Night Out, we offer summer camps, we even do day camps and birthday parties. So there's always something fun happening here at Code Ninjas. I think a parent should send their child to Code Ninjas because they want their child to explore different opportunities. We want our children to find what they're passionate about, and when children come to Code Ninjas, they really enjoy being here.
Cece enjoys coming here for the camaraderie. She likes interacting with the senseis. After dinner, I was like, Mommy, can we go? Can we go, Mommy? Is it time? And like, I have my wristbands.
And it warms our heart to see the excitement on their faces.
You can also make stuff like a propeller, you could make a car, you could make all kinds of stuff.
I love coming here. One of my favorite things to do.
And to know that we're positively impacting children and their futures, that's all we can hope for, is to be able to prepare children for tomorrow, for their future. Code Ninjas. Kids have fun, parents...
Okay, what is up with it? My name is Sensei Julian. I am the Fortnite god. I am the best Smash Brothers player ever to touch a controller, and I am the center director here at Code Ninjas Monterey. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through the very first project that students will make if they sign up for the App Builders Club here at Code Ninjas Monterey. So what App Builders Club is it uses MIT App Inventor software, which is a visual programming tool to make applications. It makes making Android applications super simple so that anyone of any skill level, from beginner all the way to advanced, can make apps for Android easily. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys what we've got right here. So this is the MIT App Inventor software, but I'm going to go ahead and take a step back so you guys can take a look and see what their website looks like. So this is App Inventor's, MIT App Inventor's website right here. And let's go ahead and take a look at their About page. So I'll go ahead and say it again. MIT App Inventor is an intuitive visual programming environment that allows everyone, even children, to build fully functional apps for smartphones and tablets. Those new to MIT App Inventor can have a simple first app up and running in less than 30 minutes. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build our very first app here that we would do here at Code Ninjas Monterey. And what's more, our block-based tool facilities facilitates the creation of complex, high-impact apps in significantly less time than traditional programming environments. So that just means you can make apps really quickly. You don't have to get bogged down in all the technical and all the technicalities that come along with maybe trying to make an app in something like Android Studio. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start off by showing you guys the finished product of the app that we're gonna make today. So I have it pulled up right here. Let me go ahead and move it to the side. There we go. So I have it pulled up right here. This is an emulator running Android on my device since I don't have the physical Android device to show you guys with. So right here I have my very first app loaded up. It's fairly simple so far. All it is just a button, and when we press this button, you're gonna hear our app speak to us. It's going to talk to us, as this button says. So here I go. I'm going to press the Talk to Me button, and you guys are going to hear it right now.
Congratulations. You just made your first app.
There we go. Would you hear? Would you listen to that? Our app, our smartphone, our emulator just spoke to us right now.
Congratulations. You just made your first app.
Congratulations, you just made your first app. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a new project, and I'm going to go ahead and start this now. So I'm going to close the emulator. Go ahead and reset my connection to it. And I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to go ahead and call this project, I'm going to call it Livestream Talk to Me. Click OK. It's going to give us a brand new, fresh environment. And right here we have a couple of different components. Right here we have the viewer. So this section right here is kind of the UI design section of MIT App Inventor. Over here we have our palette. From here we can choose different components that we can add. We can add buttons, pictures, labels, we can even add music, text-to-speech, sound, players, all kinds of really, really cool components that we can add to the layout of our app. Over here we have a list of all the components that are in our app. Right now we just have the screen itself. So this is just a screen in MIT App Inventor is each kind of page on an app. So for instance, I'm going to pull up my iPhone right now. So this right here, this would be one screen right here, and if I was to tap on general settings here, that would be a different screen. And it's just the same in Android MIT App Inventor. Over here we have the Properties tab right here. This window gives us a little more information about whichever component we have currently selected. Trust Rogers, thank you very much for liking the stream. So right here, this Properties window gives us more information about whichever component we have selected. So right here, it has an accent color. It has a name right here, Livestream Talk to Me. Background images, none selected, all kinds of different things that we can mess with here. But we're gonna leave that alone for now. And the very first thing we're gonna do is we're going to add a button by clicking on the button over here under User Interface in the Palette menu. So if I click right here, you can see that immediately a little texture button appears. And if I grab that, I can just drag it to wherever I want on the app. And it'll just drop it down right there for me. And immediately, a new component has popped up. I now have a button in my app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it from saying text for button, and I'm going to have it say, let's just have it say talk to me, or just have it say something like speak or whatever. Billy McKindy's Mitchell, thank you very much for liking the stream. So I'm going to go ahead and say press to hear me speak. Press enter, it'll update right there. So right now at the moment, this button doesn't do anything. It's just kind of a feature of the layout of the screen without any kind of functionality. We're gonna fix that right now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go over to Media in our palette menu right here, and we are going to add a text-to-speech function to our application. So I just take this and I drop it right here, and now I have a text-to-speach. So this is an invisible component, which means that the user on the app is not going to be able to see all the kind of like, is not going to be seeing a visual component to text-to-speech. It's purely a feature that we've added to our application. So now that we have all the components that we need, we're going to go over to the blocks menu over here in order to actually program the functionality into our application. We are currently in the designer section, so this is for designing the app, making it look nice and pretty, adding components from our app, from our palette. So now we're going to go into the blocks section over here, and this is where we can actually start adding functionality to our project. We can start putting in features that we want to add in. And go ahead and just move myself right here. There we go. So the very first thing we're going to do here in the blocks menu is I'm going to explain what the different windows of the blocks menu do. So over here we have our built-in blocks, and these are always available to us no matter what components we've added to our project. Here we have component blocks right here. So these are blocks that are only available to us if we've added these components to our app. Over here we have our backpack. So if we have a certain combination of blocks or a function that we really like from this app or from a previous app, we don't have to start from square one. We can put them into our backpack, and we can take them to other projects that we want to use in other apps. This big blank space, this beautiful white space right here, this is our canvas. This is our workspace where we can assemble our program. And right here we have a trash can for deleting any apps that we don't need. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to select the button 1 component here, and we're going to grab a block from here. So the feature we want is we want this block right here that says when button 1 is clicked, do something. So now when the user clicks on our button, something is going to happen. But what? Well, we still need to program that because we haven't quite specified it yet inside of here. So what we're going to have it do is we're going to go over here to our text-to-speech component. So there's a reason we added this text-to-speech component. We added this here so that we could give our button something to do. So what's going to happen is when our user touches the button, it's going to call this text-to-speech component and tell our app, hey, read aloud the text that's connected to this message. So we're going to go ahead and go to this text component right here, and we're going to grab just an empty text block right here, and we're going to have it say something like, congratulations, you've made your first app. If anybody has any suggestions in the chat or in the live stream for things that they want to hear the application say or hear the application do, go ahead and leave them in the chat, and maybe I'll pick one for our application to say. So here we are, and just like that, we're already done all the code we need to do for our very first project. We've already gotten our feet wet. I'm going to move back over to the designer, to the designer section. And from here, what I can do is I can click on Connect Emulator, and it's going to connect to the emulator that is running on my computer. It's going to take a little bit, so during this time, sing a happy birthday song, count ABC backwards, and just give your computer some time for the emulator to get going. Okay, there we go. All right, our app is running. And there we go, our app is finally done compiling, and the emulator is now running our application that we've just created. And as you can see, it took me less than maybe 10 minutes. This is a super easy way to create apps, and it's super powerful and really empowering. And I think it's really exciting that we have these tools available to us to make such incredible apps so quickly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lower the volume on the music here so that you guys can hear our application speak to us. Press to hear me speak.
Congratulations. You've made your first app.
And there we go, just like that, we've got our very first app. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the comments now and see if anybody has any suggestions for stuff that they want to hear the app say. Let's see, nothing here. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go and we're gonna do the next evolution of this app, which is Talk to Me Too. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close our emulator. And what we're gonna do is we're going to make it so that instead of saying the same thing over and over every time we press to hear me speak, right now our application will always say, congratulations, you've just made your first app. Congratulations, you've just made your first app. Not a very interactive app. So let's get a little bit of user input and ask the user what they want to hear the app say. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a text box component from our user interface palette. And we're going to place this just right above our button. Oops, companion connection error, that's okay. So now what we're going to do is now that we've added our text box, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the blocks menu and we're going to disconnect this text right here. Because instead of the text-to-speech function using a static text object, what we're going to have it do is we're going to have it grab the text box. Let's see, where is it? Text boxes, text box, text box. Here we go, textbox.text. So now, whatever the user types into that text box that we added in our designer tab right here, it's going to feed that into our text-to-speech component, which is then going to read it out loud to us. And with that, we're already done with the second evolution of this app, and we can go ahead and build it to our emulator, and we'll give it a moment to finish compiling and connecting. Once again, thank you very much to all the families joining us today and watching the stream. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys have any ideas for future streams or things that you would like to see, go ahead and leave them in a comment below. Thank you, Alexandria Rule, for liking the stream. Okay, here we go. We have our app running now. As you can see, our text box is here now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in some text. I'm going to go ahead and say, hello, Facebook families. Hope you are liking the stream. And then I'll press the button.
Hello Facebook families. Hope you are liking the stream.
And just like that, we have the last part of our app right there. And so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to spruce up our app a little bit by adding an image to it. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and close down this application. I'm going to add an image to it. Here we go. So right now, this is just a placeholder for what our image is going to be. And what I can do is I can grab an image from my computer, upload it, and that'll be the image that pops up onto our app. So let me go ahead and I'm going to find a cool little image. I'm going to find maybe something from Code Ninjas, I think. So I'm going to upload a file, choose file. Let me go ahead and pull this off camera. Let's go ahead and use something from Code Ninjas. Okay, here we go. I think I got something cool. I'm gonna go ahead and click OK now. All right, with my image selected, let's go ahead and make sure that it is picked. Image, picture. Right here from picture, I'm going to select the image that I have added right here to the media section. Change it to gate square. Click OK. Whoa, it looks like it's a little bit big. Let's go ahead and have it only fill about, let's say, 50% of the screen. So it looks like we're gonna need a lot smaller than that. 10. Oh, is that too small? Let's go ahead and try 25. Try 50. What if I just put automatic back again? So I think what I'll need to do is I'll need to put fill parent and fill parent. There we go. Perfect. So after messing around with the settings a little bit, we've got it working again. And now I've got it set to fill up the space available to it. So here we go, fill parent, fill parent. And now with this, we have a cool little Code Ninjas background here. And if I build my app one more time, we'll see it pop up on when we run our app. All right, looks like our emulator just finally finished launching. And here we go, it's about to grab our app from MIT App Inventor. And here we go, we've got the app. I'm gonna go ahead and have it say, thank you for tuning into the stream. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for tuning into the stream. Have a wonderful day.
And there we go. So we'll end it right there. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you guys are interested in seeing more stuff like this, you can feel free to check out the link in the description. I have a link to MIT App Inventor's website where you can check out the technology that we use to make this app today. And if you want to send your child here to Code Ninjas Monterey to be part of one of our app builders camps, we have a link to some of our website here on our Facebook page, and you can see our available dates for our camps. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.
The best thing about Code Ninjas is we teach kids how to code through building video games. Children have a natural affinity for video games, so we're not manufacturing an interest. We're just providing a place where they can interact with children with similar interests, and they learn how to think programmatically. They're going to walk into our dojo, which is our game development room, see friendly faces. They're going to sit down, log on a computer, and then start building in whatever belt that they're on.
It's simple. Just drive to a place and then now you just know how to code.
Technology is only growing and expanding. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, anything in those fields, we know that there's always going to be a job that supports it.
When my wife and I found Code Ninjas, we instantly thought that is a perfect stepping stone to be able to give him these tools that he'll be able to use in his life.
I think it's important for children to learn how to code, because beyond learning how to code, they're learning how to think.
To me, I think it's kind of like the building blocks of structured problem solving.
That will take them anywhere they want to go. Our game-based curriculum is phenomenal, and it's unique because it's a 9-belt curriculum. Similar to martial arts, they start at a beginner level or a white belt, and then they're going to transition through building games. Each of those games teaches them concepts.
He looks forward to coming in, going through the steps, and knowing that he's going to achieve the next level.
They're going to learn a series of different languages, JavaScript, Lua, C#, and they're going to advance to black belt, where they're going to produce their own app. And while our program is self-paced, it's not self-taught. So all along the way, they have senseis to help them. One of the things that parents love most about Code Ninjas is the flexibility that it offers families.
My favorite part is I get an hour or two to myself.
So families can come in any 2 days that fit their schedule. It doesn't always have to be the same 2 days of the week. It doesn't always have to be the same time. So it can fit into a family's schedule at their leisure. We have a lot of other programs. We have Parents' Night Out. We offer summer camps. We even do day camps and birthday parties. So there's always something fun happening here at Code Ninjas. I think a parent should send their child to Code Ninjas because they want their child to explore different opportunities. We want our children to find what they're passionate about, and when children come to Code Ninjas, they really enjoy being here.
Cece enjoys coming here for the camaraderie. She likes interacting with the senseis. After dinner, I was like, Mommy, can we go? Can we go, Mommy? Is it time? I'm like, I have my wristbands.
And it warms our heart to see the excitement on their faces.
You can also make stuff like a propeller, you could make a car, you could make all kinds of stuff.
I love coming here. One of my favorite things to do.
And to know that we're positively impacting children and their futures, that's all we can hope for, is to be able to prepare children for tomorrow, for their future. Code Ninjas. Kids have fun, parents see results.